Just to add on, the ACLU, the NAACP, a lot of civil rights groups filing a federal lawsuit challenging Arizona's new immigration law. So far, this is the 5th lawsuit over Arizona's recent crackdown on illegal immigration. Now, opponents say it is as much about civil rights being violated as state rights being honored. But now a growing number of civil rights leaders are saying, no, it's not by a long shot, including my next guest, the Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, who's the founder and president of Bond Action and no fan of the civil rights comparison here, regardless of what you think about the legislation. Reverend, very good to have you.
Good to be with you, Neil. Thank you.
What is your sense then, Reverend, of making it a civil rights cause?
This is not about civil rights. It's about protecting the citizens of Arizona. And the reason the ACLU, the NAACP, and others are calling it a civil rights issue is because they want sympathy from the public in order to eventually get an amnesty bill passed for the illegals. And they know that in the past, when they have caused certain issues, civil rights issues or racial profiling, the public have gone along with it. But this time, it's not going to happen because Arizona is under siege. I mean, crime and violence and drugs. And the citizens are fed up with it because the federal government has failed to take care of the citizens or protect the citizens in Arizona. So it's not about race or racism. It's about protecting the citizens.
But I always wonder whether anyone in the movement, including yourself, sir, has said, look, I mean, there's a big difference between denying blacks who were clearly U.S. citizens basic rights, as well as, for one point, the right to just sit on a bus. And those who are illegally here, the presumed rights to enjoy everything legal residents enjoy. Why does no one in the civil rights movement, or who risked a great deal, such as yourself, bringing that to people's attention?
Well, and I know about racism. I grew up on a plantation in Alabama. I know about for colors only sign, whites only. We were discriminated against because we were black. But the illegals are coming here illegally. They are breaking the law, and they are causing a lot of problems for the American citizens. Another reason that you have the NAACP, Al Sharpton, and others, the ACLU, is that once these people come in and you give them amnesty, they then become voters for the Democratic Party. And we all know that the Democrats are in trouble come November, and they are desperate to maintain power. And they are hoping that they can get an amnesty bill passed by November in order that these people can vote for the Democratic platform. They don't care about the American citizens. Another thing that's happened, Neil, for the last 20 years, we've been working in the black community trying to help them get employment, education, health care. These illegals are coming in, and they're impacting black Americans first. In the area of employment, education, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson can care less about that because they want the confusion there. They want the animosity there. It brings in a lot of money and power for them, just as this issue in Arizona. They want to create a race issue because it divides America and it gives power to them. But I am proud of the folks in Arizona. I'm glad that they're standing up and not cowering down. We can't afford to cower down anymore.
But then, Reverend, what would you think, I'm sorry, sir, but what would you think of those who do argue that whether it's in the law or not, and we have the 16-page law on our website for all to see, whether it's written there or not, there is a high risk that people could be profiled on the basis of their race, be they Hispanic or black or what have you.
Yeah, well, you know, we have to realize that most liberals are godless liberals. They don't have a real foundation to stand on. They only have intimidation. They are liars. And what they're saying is, well, it's going to be racial profiling. 30% of the police force in Arizona are Hispanics. And are they saying that the Hispanics are going to racially profile, quote unquote, their own people? We have to give the police officers and law enforcers the benefit of the doubt and not accuse them of something before it happened. It's not going to happen. And these people are just desperate. They're liars, and they would do anything it takes, Neil, to maintain power.
Reverend, you're an amazing guest. Thank you very, very much. Go ahead. I'm going to finish that point.
I just want to say that I'm disappointed in President Obama and his administration as well. If you notice, they're not backing the citizens of Arizona. And the reason that they're not is because they're concerned that if this thing is allowed to happen, other states are going to pass the same type of law to protect the citizens of their states as well.
That's a very good point. Reverend, thank you very much. Good seeing you.
Thank you for having me, Neil.